If you're stuck at a 9 to 5 right now and you hate it, listen, I've been there. But the truth is that you don't have to stay stuck in that cycle forever. Escaping your 9 to 5 isn't about luck, it's simply just about taking calculated risk. And I'm gonna walk you through the exact steps that I took in order to leave my 9 to 5 so that you can do the same. It's been 3 years since I last worked a job, but I remember very clearly what that process was like when I was just getting started. So be sure to stick with me to the end. And if you're new here, my name is Jalil Nash, and I help new business owners grow and scale by leveraging their credit. And if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on our next videos. So with that being said, let's jump in. So the first step in leaving your 9 to 5, it comes down to making the decision. You got to make a real decision that you're going to do something different. Not maybe one day or I'll think about it. You got to make a real decision. So what I did is I gave myself 6 months to take that leap. That's your deadline. And the worst case scenario is that you try it, it doesn't work, and your life goes right back to where it is right now. But the best case scenario is that you unlock freedom that most people never get to experience. But here's the key. You have to really be clear on why you're doing it, because if your why isn't strong enough, that first obstacle is going to knock you right back into your comfort zone. The second step is learning the two most essential money-making skills in order for you to succeed with your own business. And so the truth is that if you don't know how to sell, you will not know how to make money on your own. And so the two skills that change everything for me are sales and marketing. And by no means am I saying that you need to master these skills, because honestly, I'm still learning myself. But the goal is to at least build some type of competence in this skill so that way you consistently produce the outcome that you're looking for. So sales is going to be your ability to get people to buy your product or your service, and marketing is going to be your ability to get their attention. And so the easiest place to start if you have nothing is learn how to cold call, learn how to present your offer, and also learn how to close. If you can pick up the phone and turn strangers into paying customers, then you'll never be broke again. And so the way that I actually went about learning these skills is that I actually helped people who sold digital products online start selling their courses and mentorships and things of that nature. But that actually helped me build up my skill set a lot faster when it came to learning sales. And then marketing, I actually was also a realtor before this, and a lot of that stuff that I learned doing that was just basic cold calls and different forms of cold outreach that allowed me to get comfortable talking to people I didn't know and having those conversations with them. So if you're brand new to sales and marketing, you can either learn this through just taking that leap and doing your own thing, or you can work with another business that already has a product or service that's working, and you can kind of look at it as paid training. I've always looked at a 9 to 5 as paid training. It's something that you do in order to learn and also make a little bit of money in the process, but the whole purpose of it is really the learning. That's the real value in it, not the little paycheck that you get from it. But after you do that, the third step is going to be finding a need in the marketplace. So don't overcomplicate this stuff. You don't need to create the next Apple or Tesla. All you have to do is just ask yourself, what are people paying for right now? And then all you got to do is figure out how to do that thing better, faster, or make it even easier for the customer. That's it. All you got to do is just follow the money. You see where all the money is going, you go there, you see what's working, you see what's not and what can be improved, and then you just take it and you do that. And here's the most important part out of everything. It must be scalable. And so if your business can eventually run without you, then all you're doing is building yourself another job. So make sure that this business can actually grow and scale without you by you training up your own employees and also putting in your own systems. Step 4 is that once you figure out exactly what opportunity you're going to pursue, find a mentor in that space and be sure that you really commit to it, right? Don't dabble or just put one foot in, one foot out. Once you make that decision of which opportunity you're going to pursue, go all in. And if you want to move faster, like I said, getting a mentor is going to save you years and years and years of time and probably a lot of money as well. When I first started out, when I was 19, I was a realtor and I spent months trying to figure stuff out on my own that honestly someone could have showed me within just a week or two. And so those shortcuts are worth every dollar. And so if I can give myself some advice back then, it would definitely be seek out a mentor. And I know that some of these programs that you see online, obviously they cost money and stuff like that. If you don't have a lot of money to work with, just find someone who gives a lot of great value for free that you can learn from, and you can apply the information and get the results that you're looking for. And once you start making some money, then you can actually reinvest into getting higher quality information and stuff like that. Step 5 is going to be get your first clients. So the biggest turning point is when you get your first 5 clients, even if you have to do the work for free. And why would you do it for free? It's because you need proof. You definitely need some testimonials to show other people that you know what you're doing. And so those first 5 testimonials is what you will leverage to get your first paying customer. And it'll also build your confidence because now you know your solution actually works. So I recommend reaching out to people that you already know, offering your service for free in exchange for a testimonial. Once you deliver on the service, you get them some great results. You document that, get them to talk about what their experience was like, and then you can leverage that to actually get your first few paying customers. The next step is gonna be do the math. So don't just say I wanna quit my job, you gotta actually put numbers on it. You gotta ask yourself, how much do you make right now, whatever that number is, and then ask yourself, how many sales would I need to make in order for me to double that amount of money? And make that your first target. So if you're making 5K a month right now, how many sales will you need to make in order to make 10,000 a month? And then once you hit that target, you wanna set the next one. And then eventually that target will become your first $1 million year. But you're never gonna get there by just guessing. You get there by doing the math. There's a certain amount of sales that you need to make in order to generate a certain amount of revenue. And then step 7 is keep your expenses low. So while you're building, keep your lifestyle as low as possible. So don't go out and rack up a bunch of debt on any cars or homes or anything that's not gonna bring in more money. Every dollar that you make and that you keep is another dollar that you can reinvest back into your business to continue to grow and scale it. And so this concludes this video. This is the exact process that I followed to be able to escape that 9-to-5 and be able to build a business that actually funds my lifestyle. And like I said, it's been doing so for the past 3 years. And if you actually take these steps seriously, you make the decision, you learn sales, you find the right opportunity, you get your first few clients, and you start managing your money properly, your life will be completely different in 12 months. And also, if you're looking for help building your business the right way, or maybe improving your credit so that way you can access some additional funding, so that way you can grow and just take your business to the next level, click the link below and book a free strategy call with myself and my team. And remember that freedom is not just going to show up at your doorstep. You have to create it. And it starts with just taking full responsibility for your life, taking action, and really just making it happen. And so with that being said, my name is Jalil Nash, founder of JSN Funding Solutions, and I'll see you guys in the next video.